Hello.
Hello.
Hi. First up in our mobile roundup, we've got the Aussie-made Real Racing 3, which packs in almost as much eye candy and depth as you'd expect in a console racer.
It sure looks stunning on any of the newer devices, but I was a bit worried at first about how much depth and meat the racing would actually have to it. On the default settings, the game accelerates and brakes for you while you tilt the device to either side to steer. I found that once you scale back the assisted braking, you get a much better feel for it.
Yeah, I like the handling too. The cars have a really good weight to them, and the other AI drivers provide a decent challenge. Plus, there's a lot more variety here than most circuit races.
It's also nice to see some local tracks included. There's Melbourne South Bank and also Bathurst Mount Panorama.
I also felt the multiplayer was integrated really well. Just like in Trials Evolution, you can race against the best times your friends have set, but unlike other games that use ghost vehicles, the lap times here are turned into physical cars.
Yeah, I thought that was really clever, and I think we'll start to see that more in these kind of games in the future.
Plus, when you're off track, there's plenty to do as well. There are the usual mix of cars to buy and engine upgrades. The amount of repairs and servicing were a surprise though. Now, Barjo, I know you weren't a big fan of these.
No, repairing's boring, and there's so much to repair. You have to fix headlights, bumpers, suspension, change the oil, get new tyres. But if that wasn't bad enough, you're forced to wait, sometimes for hours of real time before the repairs are done. Unless you want to fork over real cash to buy special tokens to have the repairs done instantly. And of course, the game never gives you enough tokens to do everything you need.
Yeah, but if you play the game in short bursts like I do, then you'll never have to spend a penny because the repairs will be done by the time you log back in again later. Well, I like this a lot, so I'm giving it 8.
Well, I think the aggressive freemium ruined the fun for me, so I'm giving it 4. And I always do struggle a bit with racing tilt controls in general anyway.
Next up, we've got Temple Run 2, which in my opinion should have been called the unofficial Indiana Jones game in which he runs a lot and collects coins.
It's a catchy title.
Thanks.
The first Temple Run pretty much put endless runners on the map, and this sequel improves the formula. You swipe or tilt the device to avoid spikes, flames, gaps, and other hazards. The controls are tight, and the different course layout each time makes it easier to enjoy the endless retries as you chase higher scores.
Yeah, and there's plenty of variety here too, with things like minecart sequences to break up the running, and there's heaps of power-ups, although you do get trolled a bit with them. Ooh, I'll grab that. Nope, I'm dead.
Yeah, those were easy to fall for, and they did the same thing with some of the coins too. You'd be leaning to grab some coins in the minecart, and then you'd be flung around a corner without enough time to change direction when the track splits, and then splat.
Like Real Racing, this is another freemium game, so you can spend real money to purchase upgrades and instant retries, but I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything by not buying them.
Yeah, they got the freemium balance spot on here. You're always free to keep playing as long as you want, and the gameplay doesn't feel grindy. I think this is great. I'm giving it 9 out of 10. It's got quite a few of the Good Game team chasing those high scores, Hex.
Yeah, I think it really helped that the game was released on both iOS and Android at the same time, so everyone could jump on and have a go. I'm giving it 9 as well.
Next up, Hackycat. This is the pet project by developer Ken Wong, who brought us Alice Madness Returns, and clearly he is not a cat guy, because this game is all about kicking them.
Yes, now for a couple of cat lovers like ourselves, this was a concept that took us a little while to warm to, but I guess by kicking them you are trying to save them. The cats die if they hit the ground, so you need to keep kicking them in the air. It's not as simple as it sounds either, because the higher up the screen you kick them, the faster they fall.
As you'd expect, there's always a steady stream of cats raining down. The only way to safely get rid of the cats is to fatten them up with cheeseburgers, which somehow gives you the ability to super kick them permanently off the screen.
The game cranks up the difficulty pretty quickly as well when you're having to juggle about half a dozen cats. So you'll need to start getting a bit strategic about how you use power-ups like stronger kicks and inflate a cat. The biggest game changer though comes when you're able to start comboing multiple cats at once.
This game isn't going to set the world on fire, but it has a good art style and tight controls, and I admit that I did enjoy the little noises they make when you kick them, but only because it was helping them. I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10.
It gets 7 from me. Now, games are no stranger to various points of controversy, from violence to sexism.
Yes, Goose has a look at an area which doesn't get as much attention: racial stereotypes.